Starting as a new engineering manager can feel pretty overwhelming. You inherit a new team, new code bases, and a lot of expectations. Suddenly you might feel like an outsider, and it makes sense because in the worst case, you'd be the one making decisions about who stays or who goes. But don't worry, a solid plan and the right knowledge can take you a long way. Welcome to part 1 of this free engineering manager training course. This series of videos draws on my personal experience as a manager and business psychologist, scientific research on engineering leadership, and insights from the more than 100 interviews I conducted with software engineering managers in the last months. I want to jump right in with a plan for your first 90 days designed to help you succeed in your new role, broken into 3 30-day phases plus 2 pro tips at the end. To start, here's a piece of advice I recorded a few months ago in one of my best practice interviews. I asked this engineering manager for advice to his younger self.
What I'd say to my younger self, I would say that everybody who first starts managing is probably terrible at it for 6 months to a year. I would say the takeaways you took from all those books you read, younger Matt Alioto, praised publicly, criticized privately, I failed, we succeeded, and all those other instincts that you took from some of your military background before that and the books you were reading and what you saw, the mistakes you saw in other leaders that got you into management into the first place, that stuff was packed. You're not wrong just because you're terrible at it for the first year you try doing it.
Okay, so the key takeaway from Matt, it's completely okay if not everything runs perfectly in your first few months. But now let's dive into the plan. And by the way, you can download an extended version of it using the link below this video. Phase 1, first 30 days. Imagine your first day as an engineering manager like this. You are jumping into pull requests, reorganizing Jira, scheduling new meetings, all before lunch. By the end of the day, your engineers are confused and you sent the message, I don't trust how you've been working. That's the wrong start. I mean, the team was likely fine before you got there. On day 1 and in the first 30 days, your job isn't to fix everything, it's to listen, learn, and build trust. That means run one-on-one meetings with every engineer to understand their strengths, goals, and frustrations. Secondly, meet stakeholders like product and design to learn what they expect from your team. And third, get up to speed on the product, the tech stack, and current processes. One smart thing to do, look for a few smaller wins. Maybe fixing a broken pipeline or clearing an unnecessary meeting after 2 to 3 weeks is fine. Such harmless quick wins show you are there to help. Phase 2, days 30 to 60. Now that you understand the landscape, you can slowly start to set direction. But once again, just to underline this, you really should make sure you have built a positive personal connection to everyone in the team in the first 30 days. Only then in phase 2, you can work with your team and product partners to define or redefine clear goals, create working agreements on things like response times, code review norms, or meeting rules, and continue bi-weekly one-on-one meetings, but shift into a coaching and career development mode. By the end of this phase, your team should know exactly what they are working toward and how they'll work together. Phase 3, days 69 to 90. In this phase, you transition even more from observer to leader. One tip I want to share for this third month comes from Thiago, who made a big mistake early in his career as an engineering leader.
I put myself inside a pitfall one time where I assumed too much. I assumed that my decision was really great. I assumed that my whole team was going to be super excited and motivated about the changes and things that I want to bring and build. And I assumed really wrong. So I tried to do some changes, and what happened was I got a lot of friction and resistance while doing that. Before executing anything, always go to my team individually, one by one, and ask for feedback beforehand. Involve them on my decisions as much as I can.
Okay, so please keep this in mind, involving your team when making bigger decisions as you start focusing on the key priorities for your third month. Tackle systemic issues you spotted earlier, like testing gaps or delivery bottlenecks. Start tracking outcomes, not just outputs, focusing on impact instead of activity. Build growth plans for each engineer and potentially identify future leaders. And obviously continue to celebrate wins. Recognition and positive culture is incredibly important to create a safe atmosphere right at the start. Alright, that was the quick version. There is a more detailed version of this 90-day plan as PDF, linked below this video. Feel free to download it. Okay, 2 more pro tips. Firstly, you can even share a light version of this plan with your team to set a right expectation. For example, hey team, in the first few weeks weeks, my focus will be on listening and understanding how things work today. You'll see me getting more active in the second and third month. Like doing this, your team knows exactly what to expect and they'll understand why you might be a little quiet in early meetings. Tip 2, one-on-one meetings will be crucial in your first weeks. Most importantly, they help you build positive relations and lay a foundation of trust. Understanding current tasks only comes second. That's why I recommend using every tool and resource available to make your one-on-ones effective. For example, I linked a Google Doc below this video that gives you templates for your first 10 one-on-one meetings. And one tool designed specifically for one-on-one meetings between engineering managers and their developers is Actionable. It offers ready-made question templates for your relationship building, as you can see here, saves you valuable time by generating summaries and follow-up tasks of your meetings by recording a transcript, so you are not overwhelmed with remembering all the new information you are bombarded with right at the start. And the surprising part, it even has an AI coach that gives you feedback on how you facilitated the meeting and what you can improve about it. There's an exclusive link to the free trial of Actionable below this video. Alright, you now have a rough feeling for the first 90 days, but we both know that this is just the start. In the next part of our free Engineering Manager training course, I will therefore introduce you to an overview of different leadership styles. What behaviors are key to lead engineering teams successfully? I even created a short quiz to help you find out your own leadership style and reveal the single best one from a scientific perspective. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical Engineering Manager leadership tips and to catch the next lessons of this Engineering Manager training course. See you there.